Well, that's why you start the morning. About 30 yards and one cast with a swim bait in, boom, got my first snaky snake of the day. I'm all wrapped up in more. Oh, what am I doing? This is awful. This is terrible. What am I doing? Come on, come on. Okay. Step 1, cool shades. Step 2, cool hat. Step 3, introduction. Okay. Hey there, how's it going? My name's Adam. This is Go-To Outdoors, and I am super stoked to welcome you back to another one. This is day 2 of my South Florida adventure, or my Florida adventure, because I might do some fishing farther north. Either way, I am in a different canal today. Very nondescript, very, well, let's just face it, there ain't much here. Yeah, there's about 20-ish miles that way. Got a whole lot behind me. And yeah, we're gonna see what we can see. Goal for the day is, once again, snakeheads. I've already got one. Caught one right next to where I put my boat in. First cast of the day. All right. Yep, there's your little sneaky snake. That's a pretty little one. Real pretty one. All right, get out of the hyacinth. Come on, don't do that. Get in this boat. Get in this boat. All right, well, I'm not gonna mess around with this one. This wind is gonna be an issue today. Just a yep, back in the water. I was gonna say, that's just a beautiful little fish. But, well, I mean, it still is. But, right. Well, that's why you start the morning. About 30 yards and one cast with a swim bait in, boom, got my first snaky snake of the day. By the way, that was one heck of a hike to get here. But feeling good. It's got one little bullseye snakehead so far, but today we're going after bullseye snakehead, peacock bass, possibly clown knifefish, and another mystery species that if I catch one, you'll definitely know about it. This particular canal, I have been warned, is a little bit different than the ones I've been at. Holy crap, look at all the dragonflies. Look at all those dragonflies. That's cool. So, anyway, squirrel. So I have actually been warned that there are some big old gators in here. So yeah, we're gonna deal with that when we have to deal with that. Not too worried about it. Push comes to shove, I'll stand up in the kayak. Usually that's enough to scare them off. But I am going to start catching fish. Let's go ahead and get to it. Got a good overcast. Got a lot of wind today. This wind is pretty darn serious this morning, I ain't gonna lie. Where I am is kind of protected because of the direction this particular canal is facing. But up there, like I'm below the thing here, so above that, above I guess that levee, I guess you'd call that, you can see it's blowing pretty good. You know, down here, fairly good. There are a couple gusts here and there, but for the most part, with the exception of that gust right there, I think I'm going to be pretty much squared away. We will see what we see out of here, that's for sure. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be battling this wind more than anything, because it's supposed to be upwards of 20 knots, gusting to possibly 25. At least that was at the closest station I could read off of my wind finder app. That station was much closer to the beach, however, so we're going to find out what we find out as the weather goes on. I've already been through some good rainstorms, just trying to get to where I am right now. So yeah, we're just gonna have a time of it. These little cuts like this one right here are always a good thing to throw at. Although that cast was doo-doo. It's starting to rain again. Little death roll. There we go. Fish number 1, bullseye snakehead. Oh, actually fish number 2. I already caught one today. Caught one back at the launch. This one's bigger though. This one's a little bit bigger than the first one. And as you saw, they are gnarly little fighters. There you go, in the net. Still death rolling in the net. He's got a pretty bullseye on him. He came up and smacked it. Top water. Love me some top water snaky snakes. Well, again, target species somewhat acquired. I was one of the target species. I'll go ahead and throw that back up there. And we're going to go ahead and get a picture of this guy. I'll tell you what, I don't know what it is, but this one smells like a fish market. This one smells stinky, stinky, stinky. Unfortunately, him death rolling, he broke his jaw, but very pretty eye spot on the tail there. And we're going to get this fish back. That little torn mouth that he's got, it's not going to affect him whatsoever. These things are so resilient. Go ahead and get it back. Up, don't do that. Gonna get it back in the water anyway. Later, buddy. All right, on the board in the super canal, the epic world class bullseye snakehead canal. That was fun. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clip that to that cord so I know where that is in the future. But top water, nothing like a top water hit. Nothing like a top water snakehead hit. There's something gulping up in these weeds up here. So these bullseyes, I've noticed, have a much bigger mouth in comparison with their body size than their northern cousin. Dang, he did get me. I told you he hit me with his teeth. I'm bleeding. Fair play to the snake. He got me when I had him in the net. I can hear him sipping air all through here. That snakehead stinks. Like, seriously. Ugh. Almost smelled like a fish market. That's something I haven't noticed. Oh, jeez, that wrapped. No, it didn't. Sweet. Oh, what did I just scare? What did I just scare? That was huge. That might have been a gator. That might have been a gator. I'm gonna put the frog up for a little bit, and I'm gonna throw some more swim bait like I was yesterday. So I have a good feeling that this thing could be the ticket. And I gotta stop wrapping myself up in my work. This is super shallow here. I hear a lot of things sipping. Something just tapped it. Something just tapped it again. Oh, flower petals on me. And I want to try and throw a couple different lures today because I want a shot at those peacocks, but last thing I want to do is get a snakehead in the boat with trebles in his mouth, because I feel like that would end poorly. That would end quite poorly for me. I don't feel like getting a leg full of treble. What was that? What was that? I just saw a huge tail. It was not a snakehead. That was a good sized fish. That right there looks like a spot a gator would hang out. Kind of matted down grasses there. Not worried, just pointing it out. I didn't get a good hook set, it was a bad angle. Dang it. No, he didn't even have it. Just took my tail. You little punk. You little punky punk. That little jerk. If I don't get a bite in a little while on this, I'll throw another coal shed back on there. Never fished a swamp before. I don't really like the way this thing swims on here. I'll save that for an open jig head when I go out to the ocean. That's a good sized one. It's a real good sized one. He already destroyed that bait. Ah, dog. All right, let's try this again. Gotcha, gotcha. Jeez, buddy. Well, he's already unhooked himself. God knows where he just sent that swim bait. One, two, three, four. 4 wraps that quick. Jeez, these fish are gnarly. I love them. I love them, love them, love them. Alright. There's another nice, pretty, kind of beat up bullseye snakehead. I love these fish. I can't say enough about these fish. I love them. Pretty bullseye. He's got another little false eye spot in there on his lower fin there. But what a fish. What a fish, what a fish, what a fish. It's going back. All right, you're free. You're free, buddy. Later. I gotta get squared away. Hang on. I'll be right back. So, it's kind of funny that the only thing I seem to be catching back here are snakeheads. I came back here to catch other species. Yeah, I'm not mad. I do not take that the wrong way. I am not mad, because y'all know I love me some snakeheads. But I thought I'd have a shot at catching something else. Nope, something big just spooked out of here. I'm now bleeding from multiple locations today, and I have no idea why. These fish have been wrecking me. What was that? Something just bit it there too. Hope I'm not losing pieces of... Nope. The second that hit the water, something smashed it. Yeah, snakeheads, I've noticed, they do one solid thump. Like they strike, and when they strike, they mean it. If you feel like 2 or 3 little pecks, probably not a snakehead. If it is, it's gonna be a tiny one. These big ones, when they hit with authority. They do not mess around. That was appalling timing on that battery change. Just missed a pretty solid fish. A little grumpy about that. You guys, I wish you'd seen the way this thing, it almost jerked the rod out of my hand. That was a wild hit. Didn't feel like a snakehead. Like I said, it wasn't a solid thump. I just grabbed and ran to the right, like ran out into the canal. I wonder what it was. I wonder what it was. One thing I will say is getting back out of this canal could prove to be, there's something over there, could prove to be exciting. I just saw a bunch of bait fish scatter. Okay, that, I was just reaching up to shut off my camera and a big old gator just slammed into the water. That pissed that egret off. Yeah, it was sitting right there. A big disturbance, all this. Yeah. Got a big mat right here. I drill a mat. I don't know if I can get around it or through it. Well, that gator got my attention. That's an adrenaline spike that I needed. Hot diggity dog. Got 2 hits just on this cast. Something was just right here. Yep, no grass, that was hits. Well, the camera died right as I was doing that cast. Don't know why, I think it got hot because it's hot today. So right here, nice little point, cast it right there, and managed to pull up a bit of a little death roll donkey. This thing is that's a good sized fish. That's a pretty one. It's got lots of extra spots on her. Oh, that's the biggest one of the day for sure. That's a heavy fish. All right, let's put this rod up so I don't get tangly. We're gonna start the process of unhooking this little delightful beastie. I'm not getting hung up on everything today. Okay, let's get some line out there. Want to give these things as much room as possible to goof off, because they are sure to goof off. That's a good sized fish. That's a real good sized fish. And we have ourselves a beastie. This is a good sized fish, and it is causing all of the havoc that they typically do. That, wrap my line up in there because she's not unhooked yet. And how did you do that? All right, there she is. Good sized fish. Just shy, 27 and a half. That's a good fish. I'll take that any day of the week. 27 and a half. What a beautiful, beautiful fish. I like all the little spots on this one. Let's get a picture. Let her go. All right, girl. All right, that means you're ready to go. Let go. Bye, sweetie. Oh, man, what a fish, what a species. A little slime on there. Slime the board. I'm not measuring everyone because I know I don't have to, but I'll tell you what, there's certain ones where you want to measure them. That was one of them. I was actually able to save that swim bait I just caught that one on. It looks a little, well, looks a lot manky. That's fairly manky. Let's go ahead and fix that up a little bit. Ouch. New hook, very sharp. That was a good sized fish. The next one will be on camera for y'all. Cloud cover might, all those dragonflies. Cloud cover might help with the overheating issue. Almost looked like there was a gator in there for a second. Nope, just a dark patch of dirt. But that was just a solid dunk, and then exactly what I expected. That was, I knew that was a snakehead the second it hit. Just wish there was something else hitting. I'm not complaining. I am not complaining about the snakeheads. But I thought there would be other stuff in here, which is why I made this little trek. It wasn't a little trek, it's a rather significant trek. Oh, that was a good hit. That was not a snakehead. That was not a snakehead. That felt like a largemouth. Some pretty lilies over there. I think they're lilies. This weird rain wind mix combo. Try and tuck in close to the bank here. It's these little points and offshoots that I want to try and target. See that point right up there. Like I said, any irregularities in what is otherwise a plain old flat canal. I mean, you can see it probably goes another couple miles straight in that direction. There's no bend to the majority of these canals. Those are beautiful little butterflies. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before. Huh, cool. Just spooked something right there. Night heron. Not a night heron. Not a green heron either. I don't know what that is, just a little guy. I know it's a dark phase egret, if that's a thing. Most of the egrets I've ever seen, I believe, were all white. How do I get back out of this canal? Whatever. I'm gonna worry about that here in a little bit. I'm gonna fish some more. I'm wondering how far I'm gonna have to drag my kayak. These, getting it out on the other side was kind of rough. Getting it out here is gonna be even rougher because this is very, 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 very vertical. Either way, we're gonna make it happen. Ain't nothing to do but to do it. Same thing I say when I'm out backpacking. I see a big old hill in front of me. There ain't nothing to do but to do it. I got myself into this mess. I'm gonna have to go ahead and get myself out. Figure out how to get out of here and at least move back up to the canal we were in yesterday. I think that's, safety wise, I think that's the play. How in the world am I going to do this? I guess I just have to pick a spot and rush up on it and climb out. This, ladies and gentlemen, not fun. It's exhausting, actually. As a matter of fact, quite ridiculously exhausting. I got these little spits where I can shoot forward in the lulls in the wind, and it seems like I hit another wall of wind. I'm finally back in sight of my truck. So we're gonna see how long it takes me to get there. I'm gonna keep tucking in behind these palm trees for cover. What is that just skittered across the top there? A lizard just ran right across the top of these weeds. Yep, there it is. Right there. Another one just scrambled right there. So that's the small ones I keep hearing. I thought it was little iguanas, as much noise as they were making. This is one of those 30-mile gusts I was telling you about. And as you can see, I'll flip that down so you can see. The brim of my hat keeps flipping up in front of the camera. Gotta keep looking down just to keep everything squared away. This is a hard paddle, and as you can see, the wind direction is directly in my face. Not quartering, not halfway side, directly in my face. This sucks. But we do crazy things in order to do what we love. Trolling motor would be awesome right now, but I made a calculated decision to not put it on the kayak this morning. May have been calculated, but it seems like today I was really bad at math. Yeah, those gusts are awful. So if that ends up being the end of the video, sweat in the eyes, it's so burning. Bark spray too. Not a great combination. But yeah, solid day. Still have only caught snakeheads down here. I have not caught anything else. Come on, I mean, I can only say it so many times. I am not complaining about that at all. The bullseye snakehead is the reason I came down to Florida, 100%. But the fact that it was the first fish that I checked off my list, and since then I've caught another 16 of them, which in 2 days, that's the best snakehead fishing I've ever had, period. No questions asked. And they're still surfacing all over the place. But I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna dry out a little bit. Well, maybe. So long ways that way is where I was yesterday. I hear a duck. I hear a duck. And that was a big one that just surfaced over there. Full on. Took a big old gulp of air. So yeah, this particular canal is loaded with bullseyes. And it's loaded with some big ones. So yeah, tomorrow I'm planning on hitting the Loxahatchee River. And bar that, then I'm gonna go see if I can fish some of the intercoastal stuff near Jupiter, I think. Kind of sticking in the area. But barring an absolute disaster, I still have 4 whole days of fishing and adventuring and other stuff. And I'm rambling at this point like I tend to do. But yeah, I'm gonna pack up, I'm gonna do some exploring, I'm gonna see what I can see. If this is the end of the video, which again I don't think it is, but if it happens to be the end of the video, then I guess that's about all I got for you today. So, like I always say, thanks again for watching. Make sure you find a reason to smile today. I certainly did. And I'll catch you in the next one.